and welcome back to the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel. It's Erica with you today, and today we are going to use one of the probably oldest products I have from Crafty Meraki, and it's this greetings tag. So it comes with obviously the tag die, and then there is says greetings, and then there's also seasons and a birthday, so you can make it something like this. But I thought what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a more of a Christmas one. So I might find like a Christmas stamp or something just to kind of like do Christmas greetings. And we are going to cut this out twice. So we're gonna have like a backing, and then you flip it open and it's like, oh, Merry Christmas, blah blah blah, or Happy Hanukkah, or just happy you're amazing day kind of thing. So we're also going to decorate this a little bit. So we are going to be using some strips that I have already cut out. I have quite a few here. Yes, I do. And so I've got two different sizes here. So I use these slimline die cuts from LDRS. Unfortunately, these are discontinued, but there are similar types from Pinkfresh Studio, for instance. So I might end up making two tags today. We'll see, because I'm thinking one with this size and then one with this size, and there might even be more. You never know. So first of all, what we're gonna do is, because we are going to use this as like a mold or shape. So when you use cardstock like this, you're not going to want to go for like a super heavy card stock base. You're going to want something thin, like printer paper. So, because otherwise it will be really difficult to cut it when you're running it through your die cutting machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to lightly kind of shape this like so. Oops. So one and two. And then by doing it this way as well, you will have less wastage. So you'll know that it's only going to be this wide at the widest. And actually what we might do is really trace this, because I have a lot of short bits. Yeah, although this will go right across, but there are a lot of short bits in here, and then you can use those for the top bit here. So we're gonna be super smart with our usage today and have very little waste, because crafty waste is almost as bad as snack waste. Now so here I'm going to cut these out, but I do actually have an even better trick for you later on in the video. This was not the best way, just a heads up. Okay, so then with this, if you're using a tape runner, you are going to need to use quite a lot. You can use liquid tape, liquid glue. But I do find that sometimes it just warps the cardstock a little bit. So I prefer to use a tape runner or double-sided tape when I'm doing this sort of thing. And if this seems faffy, it's because it is. Okay, we're gonna start with one. So we're gonna start with the wider strips here, and we're probably gonna go for quite a Christmassy color theme. So these are all from Concord the 9th. So this one probably, and then another green one. And here is an inner dialogue from Erica's Crazy. Do this before you add your glue. Or maybe even, look how tiny this one is. This is going to be the first color here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to line this up so that we get the grids straight. And one color down. And then we are going to, might go for the yellow. You can also start in the middle, because sometimes it's actually easier to get everything really, really straight if you start in the middle and then you work your way up and then down, because it's just,
I don't know. There's just something about it that works really, really well for me anyway. So it turns out I only had the one little piece of the gold cardstock, so I decided to just kind of carry on and kind of ignore the fact that that was just a tiny little bit on its own. But now we have finished here, so what we're going to do is we're going to trim off the excess so that I can actually fit this through my little compact cutter from Hero Arts. I nearly went right into just die cutting and finishing this one off, but then I was like, no, the crazy is not finished, so we are going to make another. But here, I had an idea. So because the tape runner was just, it was a bit of a pain in the butt, to be honest, I decided I'm going to use some double-sided tape, but this one isn't wide enough for the piece I already have cut out. So what's a girl to do? Well, she'll start from scratch with a fresh piece of paper. Yes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this wide double-sided tape. So this one is, I think about 2 inches, 5 centimeters wide. So I'm going to take this and I'm basically going to cover this piece of paper that is left over as well as I can anyway, because it's a tiny bit too small to manage 3 pieces, but I can just about get 2 of the tags in. So we're going to put another piece on here, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this in half, and we're going to have 2 tags with double-sided tape on. Now this is for sure the easier way to do it, I would say, after, you know, extensive research on your behalf. Yes, so I'm saving you hopefully a lot of time and effort, so just ignore the first way of doing it and just stick with this way. Right, so these I have just trimmed off with the scissors, and then I didn't fully learn my lesson from the first one. You would have thought I would have got it by now, but yes, I peeled the backing tape off, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna pick out the colors to use. So leave the backing paper on until you have your strips lined up in the color order that you want to do it. Because I managed to get myself stuck in this a couple of times, and yeah, it's just messy. Leave the backing paper on. Just take my word for it. So for this one, I decided to go kind of sort of, I want to say almost like ice cream sorbet type. It felt very kind of summery and fresh. So with sort of colors from, I think it's like nectar to like sorbet and also some sweet pea, and then I added in a little bit of I want to say that's Oceanside probably, and yeah, here again I was like, now I'm back on the backing paper, you know, but the reason I'm adding this now is so that I can actually hold it in place, because the whole thing is covered in double-sided tape, which is very good for the cardstock. It will stick really, really well, but so will your fingers. Yes, I know. So annoying. So we're going to start at the top again here. So I have this sort of lined up with my grid again, and we're going to start with a skinny piece of this, I really want to say, Oceanside. And then we're going to go pink, and then we're going to go light, and we're going to add a really, really fun pattern with these. Okay, pattern might be a little bit of a stretch, seeing as it's stripes, but you get what I mean, right? So we're going to trim off the excess here, and we are going to keep some of the smaller pieces, but the teeny tiny pieces we are actually going to let go of. Yes, I know, check me out, letting some stuff go. So here I could have stopped and actually stuck with the 2 that I thought, you know, I was going to maybe do 2. I started out with 1, it's going to be a Christmas one, and then we turned into this one, and now I'm like, I have so many strips of these, so why not? So I thought, let's make a masculine one as well. I love blue of all shades, and I had all of these gorgeous shades of blue, so I thought, you know what, we're gonna make them, we're gonna use them, and we're gonna make a nice masculine tag. So I've got 4 different shades of blue, and then I picked out a little bit of gold and some really, really skinny black strips as well. And I did in the end actually decide not to go with the gold, because I actually had another idea. So here again, I was kind of practicing which order they were going to go in, and here I realized the gold, it just doesn't fit. Whereas the black, surprisingly, kind of made things pop a little bit. So instead of doing it like two blues, one skinny black, two blues, and a gold, I decided to, in the end, just, yeah, get rid of the gold. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to do blue and a thin bit of black, and then another shade of blue and a thin strip of black. And it came out really, really nice, actually. But I am getting ahead of myself a little bit. So we are going to start by just adding these pieces in, I want to say like grids. It's not grids, it's lines. But we are going to use the grid mat to make sure that they go on straight. So what you're also going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of push your next strip onto the whichever one is kind of backing onto, so that you don't get any gaps where, you know, white is going to shine through. So you just kind of, it does require a little bit of like precision, but it's not like it's the end of the world if for whatever reason it's not like super straight. So I wouldn't sweat it too much. The whole point is to have fun and make something pretty. And also, you know, I think by making things this way, you can have something really, really unique and pretty and perfectly kind of customized to whoever you're giving it to. So that I think is more important than something being super perfect. So yes, definitely bear that in mind whenever you're questioning yourself. So another like little top tip as well is to make sure that you keep your tag on hand so you can measure, so you know when you're finished, because there's no point in adding more if you don't need to. So definitely bear that in mind as well.
Okay, so I have ended up with 4, and I very nearly kept on going because I still have a lot of these left, but I thought, no, I must focus and, you know, get these 4 done. So I have used the greetings tag to just cut these out and get that nice shape and the details and stuff. And then originally I was going to use this actual greetings word die to do like season's greetings and stuff. But then I started looking at my other slimline tags, and I have a few, and all of these are, I think the only one that is, there's maybe 2, a Merry and Wishes, that were released last year. But the rest of them I've had for, I think, as long as I've kind of been with Crafty Meraki. So I decided to bring those out as well because everybody wants to play. So we are going to have a little look because, yes, it's possible I've gone a tad mad again. Shocker. So for these 2, I have cut out, I'll tell you what, we're going to put those 2 aside for now, and then we're going to have these 2 in focus. So at first I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to have white backings for these. So on the back of this, because it doesn't look very nice, we're going to stick one of these on, basically like so. But then I thought, maybe white is a bit boring. Maybe we go like a coordinating color, so that it will be like a nice little pop of color there instead. And then the white one will be where we, you know, we're going to leave this to kind of do like the to and from, and, you know, write a cute little message or something. And then on the front here, I thought at first I'm going to do a kind of teal birthday to make it stand out a little bit. But first of all, I didn't match the color correctly with the one on the actual tag. So, wah wah. And then I thought, it doesn't look so nice, I don't think. So I thought, well, we'll cut another one. Why not? So we're gonna layer this pink one on top, like so you get that nice shadow. And then we're going to add a gold happy. So it says happy birthday. So these ones, so the birthday, happy, and wishes come with the birthday slimline tags. And then for this one, which is more masculine, I am going to back it or maybe back it with a white one. So this one might get backed with a white, or maybe I'll cut out another one. You never know. And then we're gonna have a navy birthday for kind of like a very masculine look, and then a light blue wishes. So it's birthday wishes, like so. And then this light gray bit is either gonna be the one where you do the message, or we're gonna do a swapperoo, and it's gonna be the same as this one. So it's gonna be a white one where you write your little message, and the gray one is going to be like the backing. So that's all from the birthday slimline tag set. Super great staple to have in your birthday arsenal, I think, because I use this birthday for like cards and stuff as well, and it works beautifully, like really, really nicely. So with this one, I'm going to be probably backing it with a dark green, just to kind of go a little bit more festive there. And then the lighter green is going to be the where you sort of do your little message and stuff. And then on this one, I was thinking, instead of having it like so, we're actually going to do one like this. Oh, did I lose my little... Yes, I lost my little eye, or the dot over the eye. So we're going to do Christmas wishes. So with the little dots, you do have to be quite careful so you don't lose them. Oh, I might have taken the wrong one here.
So when it comes to poking out the little bits in like in the words and stuff, sometimes it's actually easier to do that while it's still in the kind of piece of paper that you're cutting it out of. Another top tip.
So something sort of like this. But now that I look at it, it's kind of looking a little bit, I don't know, like it needs a little something. Maybe we'll come back to this one. But so that is from the Merry tag. So with this one, you get a nice shape. You get the Merry word and then Christmas and wishes. So also a good one to have. And then finally, we have this kind of like for my pastel lovers. Oops. And so with this one, I thought we're going to do a backing with a nice kind of seafoam green here. And then a white one for the to and from. And on with this one, we're going to use the wishes from the wishes word. So it's going to be like that. And the birthday is from, yeah, so that is from the greetings tag. So you get a small birthday and the seasons there. So there is actually a birthday one in the set as well, but it's a little bit big for this shape tag. So we're going to use this smaller one instead.
And then we are going to glue, 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 glue. So again, I cannot stress this enough. Liquid glue is where it's at when you are layering things up, because it just gives you a little bit of leeway if you don't get things straight right away. So this definitely helped me out a couple of times here, because I kind of smacked it on and I thought, yeah, that's straight. And then I turned it over and I was like, oh, that is not straight. No. So it gave me that a little bit of like extra time just to kind of fix things.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to make like a little fold. So we're going to glue these together, but we're going to make a little fold here so we can actually like open it without forcing it.
So with a scoreboard and a bone folder, or the pokey end of the bling buddy, you score your line, fold it over, glue this together, and that is basically it. It's a super, super, super simple way of just kind of adding like an extra little nice touch. So the front of the tag will be nice and flat, but when you open it to actually read your the message, you know, assuming that you're the recipient, it's just easier to, because it kind of opens nicely without having to kind of force it open and then risk breaking it. So, you know, because we want to make sure that our recipients enjoy our presents, our handmade presents that we pour our sweat, blood, and tears into, plus lots of glue and money. We want to make sure that they enjoy them for years to come. So this is just a super simple, like, little thing to do that would just take your design up like even another notch. So it's already pretty, it's already handmade, but this is just one of those little details, sort of, that just makes a little bit of a difference.
Okay, now I really, really, really want to add some like sparkle and bling to these. And you know what? I'm going to do it because... Nope, I'm not going to do it. No. Stop it now, Erica. Stop it. Stop. So what we are going to do is we're going to leave this to dry a little bit, and then we're going to add some string and ribbons to these, and then they are done, actually. So if you want to stamp something inside, I would highly recommend that you stamp it before you glue them together. But we're going to pretend that I did this on purpose because I'm leaving them, you know, blank for little personal notes. So that is how we are going to leave it today. I really, really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you'll kind of like look at your older products and kind of just see, you know, it just takes a little bit of kind of like a spark of imagination, or maybe like a color scheme that you find really inspiring, and just, you know, look at different ways of adding textures and colors and layers and dimensions to your gift tags. And then, of course, I mean, the words can go on cards, no problems whatsoever. I use the birthday ones all the time, and it is one of my favorites. But yeah, so that is it for me for today. I really, really hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you very soon again. Bye!